Everyone faces pain, loss, rejection, failure, betrayal. Life hits hard, but pain is not the end. Pain is potential. Most people try to escape it. They numb it, avoid it, deny it. But those who rise, those who grow, they do one thing differently. They transform their pain into power. Every wound you carry, every scar on your soul, it's not there to break you. It's there to build you. Because the truth is, your greatest strength can be born from your deepest suffering. What crushed you yesterday can become the fire that fuels your rise today. What was meant to bury you can't be the reason you bloom. You're not broken, you're being built, brick by brick, blow by blow. And when you learn to use your pain, instead of running from it, you become unbreakable. Pain is not the enemy, it's the beginning. Pain isn't just something that happens to us, it's something that shapes us. Most people see pain as something to be feared, avoided, or numbed. They treat it like an enemy, as if its only purpose is to cause suffering. But pain has a deeper purpose. Pain is often the first signal that something needs to change. It's a warning, and more importantly, it's a doorway. Think about it. What was the moment in your life that truly changed you? Was it when everything was going right or when everything was falling apart? Growth doesn't begin in comfort, it begins in disruption. It begins in pain. Pain breaks through our illusions. It strips away the lies we've been telling ourselves. It forces us to stop pretending. It demands our attention. When you're in pain, you can't stay asleep to your life. You're forced to wake up, to confront who you really are, what really matters and what needs to change. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it's uncomfortable. But in that very discomfort lies your chance to rise. Because pain has a strange power. It pushes you out of the life you've outgrown and into the life you were meant for. It shakes you awake and says, you can't stay here more. Every meaningful transformation, whether personal, physical, emotional, or spiritual, begins with pain. It's the spark. It's the catalyst, the start of something new. You might not see it right away. At first, all you feel is the burn, the heartbreak, the loss, the frustration. But if you lean into it, if you let yourself feel it fully, you'll find that pain is not here to destroy you. It's here to rebuild you. You have the power to choose your response. Pain is inevitable, but how we respond to it, that's a choice. Life doesn't ask for our permission before it breaks our heart, shakes our plans, or knocks us to the ground. But even when everything feels out of control, there's one thing no one can ever take from you. Your ability to choose your next move. When pain hits, you stand at a crossroads. You can let it consume you, define you, break you, or you can rise from it, grow through it, and use it as fuel. Most people don't realize the power they hold in those moments. They think being hurt means being helpless. But some of the strongest, most unshakable people in this world are the ones who made a conscious decision in the middle of their pain to respond differently. They didn't wait to feel better. They didn't wait for justice, closure, or an apology. They chose to take control of what they could, their response, because your response is where your power lives. That's where your strength is revealed. You can respond to betrayal with bitterness or with wisdom. You can respond to failure with defeat or with determination. You can respond to heartbreak with hopelessness or with healing. Choosing your response, it's about pretending you're okay. It's not about being fake or forcing positivity. It's about reclaiming your agency in a situation that tried to steal it. It's about saying, I may not have chosen this pain, but I will choose what it makes of me. Your reaction becomes your reality. Pain may knock on the door, but your response decides if it stays. And the people who rise, the people who truly transform, are the ones who realize that even when they're hurting, they still get to decide what happens next. Avoiding pain only extends the suffering. In today's world, we become experts at running from pain. We distract ourselves with screens. We bury it under work. We mask it with fake smiles, empty words, temporary pleasures, because facing pain is uncomfortable. It's messy. It forces us to confront truths we're not always ready to face. So instead, we hide from it, hoping that if we just ignore it long enough, it'll disappear. But here's the truth. Pain that's ignored doesn't go away. It grows, it festers, it becomes something heavier. Anxiety, depression, numbness, rage. Avoiding pain doesn't protect us, it changes us. We think we're escaping by pushing it down, but we're actually giving it more power over our lives. The moment you suppress your pain, you give it permission to control your choices in the background. It leaks into your relationships. It colors your decisions. It shapes the way you see yourself in the world, all without you realizing it. Healing only begins when you stop running, when you sit with the pain, not to suffer in it, but to understand, because pain always carries a message. It's trying to teach you something. It's pointing towards something unhealed, something unresolved, something that needs your attention. And when you finally stop avoiding and start listening, the pain begins to shift. What once felt like a heavy weight starts to feel like wisdom. What once wounded you starts to shape you. What once held you down becomes the very thing that lifts you up. It's not easy to face what hurts, but it's even harder to live your whole life avoiding it. True freedom begins when you lean into the discomfort, when you dare to feel it all so you can finally move through it. Every scar has a story, and every story can give someone strength. We live in a world that teaches us to hide our scars, to cover up our wounds, to pretend that we've never been hurt, as if pain is something to be ashamed of. But the truth is, your scars are not signs of weakness. They are evidence of survival. Every scar you carry tells a story of what you endure, a story of how you fought through the darkness, a story of how you refused to give up, even when everything inside you said to quit. We often look at our pain as something we need to forget. But what if your pain wasn't just something to overcome? What if it was something meant to be shared? What if your darkest moments were never meant to be hidden, but instead used to light the way for someone else? Because when you rise, your story becomes someone else's ladder. When you speak your truth, someone else feels seen. When you say, I've been through that too, you give hope to the hopeless. You remind them that survival is possible, that healing is real, that strength can be born from struggle. The most powerful people aren't those who have never been hurt. They are those who've been broken, but refuse to stay broken. They wear their scars like armor, not shame. You never know who needs your story. You never know who's watching you fight your way back from rock bottom and thinking, do it, maybe I can too. Your journey, with all its pain, mess, and imperfection, is sacred. Your voice, your experience, your survival, it matters, because your scars don't just mark what hurt you. They mark what couldn't destroy you. And when you choose to stop hiding and start sharing, you give your pain a purpose. You give it power, not just for you, but for every person who hears your story and finds the courage to keep going. Growth doesn't come from resistance. We all love comfort. It's familiar, it's safe, it feels good, but comfort rarely changes us. Comfort is where we rest, not where we rise. Real growth, the kind that transforms your mindset, your character, and your entire life, never comes easy. It comes through resistance, through struggle, through the moments that test everything you think you are. Think about your muscles. You don't get stronger by sitting still. You get stronger by lifting something heavier than before, by pushing your body past what it's used to. And the same principle applies to your spirit, your heart, your will. Pain, challenges, and discomfort are the resistance you have to push against in order to grow. And yes, it hurts. It feels like you're being stretched beyond your limits, but that's the exact moment something powerful happens inside of you. Struggle reveals parts of yourself you didn't even know existed. It exposes weaknesses, yes, but it also reveals hidden strengths. It builds resilience, grit, determination, traits that cannot be developed in ease. Most people run from discomfort. They choose the easy road, but the easy road never leads to the mountaintop. Only the path with resistance builds you into someone capable of reaching it. And the truth is, the greater the resistance, the greater the transformation. Every setback, every failure, every moment where you felt like giving up, that's where the growth was happening. Not in your victories, but in your struggles, because that's where you were forged, not pampered. Forged. Pain introduces you to the real you. And the more resistance you learn to endure, the stronger, wiser, and more unshakable you become. So if you're in a season of pain, of discomfort, of uncertainty, don't curse it. Recognize it for what it is. Your opportunity to evolve. Use the energy of pain to create something powerful. Pain is not just something that happens to you. It's raw energy. It's emotion, intensity, fire. And the truth is that energy doesn't have to destroy you. It can drive you. You get to decide what you do with the force pain brings into your life. Most people let pain paralyze them. They sit in it. Drown in it. Let it hold them hostage. But those who rise above, they learn how to channel it. They take the anger, the sadness, the betrayal, and they turn it into action. They turn it into action. They turn it into focus, into hunger. Because pain, when you truly tap into it, holds incredible creative power. Some of the greatest works of art, the most powerful businesses, the most impactful movements in history, they were born from pain, from loss, from injustice, from people who were tired of suffering and said, I'm going to do something with this. That's what transformation looks like. You've been hurt? Good. Now build something from it. You've been betrayed. Then let it sharpen your vision. You've been doubted. Let it fuel your discipline. You've been abandoned. Let it teach you to stand strong on your own. Pain carries momentum and you can direct it. You can use it to write, to speak, to create, to lead, to build a life so full of meaning and power that no one will ever again be able to define you by your wounds. This doesn't mean ignoring the pain or pretending it didn't happen. It means owning it and turning it into your weapon. It means deciding, if I had to go through this, then something great will come from it. I won't let this suffering be for nothing. When you learn to channel your pain into your purpose, you become unstoppable. You no longer need ideal circumstances. You no longer need perfect motivation. You have your fire, and fire is enough. Your lowest moments can become your strongest foundation. It's hard to see it when you're in it, when everything's falling apart, when your world feels like it's crumbling beneath you. In those moments, it feels like the end, like you fell too big, lost too much, hurt too deeply to ever stand again. But here's the truth. Rock bottom is not your grave. It's your foundation. It's the place where everything false gets stripped away. The ego, the expectations, the noise, the masks, they all fall off when you hit your lowest point. And what's left? The real you, the raw you, the you that no longer has anything to prove, only something to build. Rock bottom is painful, yes, it's lonely, it's dark, but it's also the clearest space you'll ever stand in. Because when you've got nothing left, you get to decide what really matters. You get to build from scratch, intentionally, purposefully, powerfully. Some of the most unshakable people you admire today were once shattered. Some of the most successful people on the planet were once bankrupt, broken, abandoned. Their lowest moment didn't destroy them. It defined them. It became the turning point. The day everything changed. The moment they said, this isn't where my story ends. This is where I rewrite it. When you fall the way down, you gain a perspective that can't be taught, only lived. You learn humility. You learn resilience. You learn that you are stronger than every excuse you ever made. And the beauty of starting from the bottom is that everything you build from there is built on truth. It's built on grit, on wisdom, on unshakable strength that came not from winning, but from surviving. You don't need to fear hitting rock bottom. You need to fear never growing because you were too afraid to fall, because in your lowest moments you have the greatest opportunity to lay down a foundation that will hold up your rise stronger than ever before. You are not your pain. You are the person rising through it. When we're in deep pain, it can become all-consuming. It starts to define us. We begin to believe that we are our heartbreak, our trauma, our failure, our loss. But the truth is, your pain is something you've experienced and not something you are. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are not defined by what happened to you. You are defined by what you do after it. Pain is just one chapter, not your whole story. And when you begin to understand that, everything changes. You stop carrying shame like a second skin. You stop replaying the hurt over and over like a broken record. You begin to rise, not by erasing the past, but by stepping beyond it. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a creator of your future. You have survived things that could have destroyed you, and you're still here, still breathing, still standing. That means there is more for you. That means the story isn't over. And here's the powerful thing. Rising doesn't mean pretending you're fine. It doesn't mean ignoring your pain. It means choosing every single day to keep moving through it. to keep showing up even when it hurts, to keep healing even when it's hard, to keep believing there is something beautiful waiting on the other side of the storm. There is strength in you that pain couldn't kill. There is wisdom in you that suffering couldn't silence. And there is power in you that's been quietly growing in the fire. Your identity isn't found in what hurt you. It's found in how you respond. It's found in your persistence, your courage, your refusal to give up. You are more than your scars. You are more than the people who left. You are more than the moments that tried to break you. You are not your pain. You are the one rising through it, turning into something greater than anyone ever expected. So today I want you to remember this. Your pain is not your prison, it's your power source. Every struggle, every tear, every setback is shaping you into a force that cannot be stopped. You have within you everything you need to rise above, to transform your pain into your greatest strength. Keep going, keep fighting, and keep believing in the incredible person you are becoming. Because the world needs your story, your strength, your power. Rise above and let your light shine brighter than ever before.